Okay, we're good. So. Does anybody need an agenda? There's criteria if anybody wants any. You good? You good? Perfect. So. Okay, call this meeting to order. Yeah, right with the landing noise. Sounds good. You want to read? I can read it. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, so for the land acknowledgement, I acknowledge with respect that we are in the Robinson Huron Treaty Territory. That the land on which we are gathered is traditional territory of the Anishinaabe known as Powhatan. Powhatan is the home of Garden River First Nation, Bechuana First Nation, and historic Sault Ste. Marie Métis Council. Okay, so I think the agenda is adoption of the minutes. Really got a chance to look at. Oh, really did, because I didn't. Yeah. All right, we get Uber. Yep. Okay, that's good. So yeah, no. Does anybody have a declaration? Community interest. Yep. Right. After the agenda. There's one thing I just wanted to mention on this. So when I was putting together this agenda, I noticed today looking at that Windsor Place retirement resident, I read it, residence actually shows up on my nominees list twice. So they did contact, like they didn't reply to my email, so they should be on that kind of second list. They should be on the first list. To be considered this year. Okay, so the other nominees did not. They didn't get back. They didn't get back to me. All right, so maybe I guess that resolve would be approved as adjusted. Or whatever. As amended. Amended there. I think that. Okay. Move to that. Okay, so that is going to be approved as amended. Okay, on 5, discuss the evaluation criteria. Copy of it. Yeah, so it's the idea of community development. Why this is kind of the spirit of the award. So in terms of evaluating the nominees, they should at least hit one of these bullet points, which are enhance the visual quality of the built environment, promote sustainable development and protect the natural environment, promote equity and accessibility to a variety of people, income groups, and abilities, maximize employment and earning opportunities, and facilitate heritage preservation. So should hit one of those. That's kind of the eligibility criteria. If they hit more of those, that's going to consider those as better nominees, or where they hit one, that's up to you guys. If they hit one, then they're good. So that's completely up to you. The third bullet point on there kind of opens it up to a wider group. I think some of them are narrow in terms of visual quality of the built environment. That's typically we were talking about the bricks and mortar thing, but some of the other ones are a little looser, right? That leaves it open to a good interpretation. So that's really it, unless you guys want to kind of discuss or come up with a scoring matrix or anything like that. Do it. I know there's fun. Kind of coming with your top choices, top 3 or 4, and narrowing it down that way. That's everyone's comfortable.
I'm on top 3. Actually, basically top 2 now.
I've been top 3.
Top 3.
Yeah.
Well, top 3 as well. Great. Okay. We'll save those. Yeah. end, but. That's good then. You guys are comfortable with that? I think it's the way to start. Perfect. Okay. Six, what's the nominees or this year to considered? There's two groups, right, like we were saying, so I put out the calls, all these nominees that have come in, so some of them were from obviously 2021, they were from a few years ago, some of them were nominated by the committee themselves. And some were nominated by the public. And some would have no idea that they were nominated, right? So I contacted them and some of them were like, what is this? And some of them were like, that's great. Give me more information. And some didn't respond. So the ones who are kind of that first group are the ones that got back to me. Provided written consent through email to be considered publicly. The others not so much. However, we are going to close, so we're going to discuss them, or you will discuss them through closed session. So just keep that in mind that some have got back, some haven't, and I guess the one caveat is if they haven't got back and you award them, it may be hard to content them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just one kind of caveat. That's about it. So I don't have to read through the list. The agenda was put on the city website, so that's kind of open, so. That should looked at the ad nauseam, so you're comfortable with the list. Okay. Was there anything that anybody wanted to add to the list? I guess that is one thing that we're going to do right now and kind of speak now or forever hold your peace. It's fairly long, it's a lengthy list for sure, but you have that opportunity. And then I guess it'll be up to you to maybe convince the rest of the group in close why that should be considered. But everybody's cool.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Okay. On to other business or any other business. No. Okay. Next meeting. So that it's set to be determined whether you decide, if you decide tonight who it is, then really there's no need for another meeting. I'll write a council report, I'll send it to you to view and critique, I guess, see if you guys are on the same page as me. I will also put together kind of vote for the plaque, and that'll be started as well to make sure it's okay.
Because I think that the picture you sent of that plaque, that's when do you send out of town, out of province, so they get it done because
Yeah.
it is quite, and it is something to keep, to be proud of.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. So I don't know. I went to the tap room a little while ago, one last year. I couldn't find their plaque, but I did go by Queenstown Pharmacy,
Oh, okay.
and they have it up by the door. It's
That's,
like pretty
no,
high.
that's same.
It looks really nice. I think it's tap room's gonna have it somewhere in white.
Yeah.
Trying to look around the building and it's but yeah, they're big and they're heavy, big bronze plaque, and it does take a lot to create those. For that, I would probably, once you decide on the winner, I would do that as soon as possible. So if you just kind of narrow it down to a few and you want to take some time to go visit those sites or check them out or talk about them, it's up to you. And you can what kind of, so we'll leave that as just based on the conversation. So yeah, for sure. Right. Move into closed session.
Okay.
All right, so it's all about the to closed session. Okay, I think you have to like open the session. Okay, so there's, that's what I got. I don't know if that's on. Okay. So we're opening close that. So I agree with this. So no, you can go ahead. You can. You'd be going into closed session, just okay. It's all about this committee moved into closed session to debate the merits of foundations against each other. Further be resolved that it should the said closed session be adjourned, maybe reconvene in closed session to discuss the same matters without the need for further authorized
Um,
This